Okay, so I'm back with the next round. This time I was able to end it pretty close, and I'll take it. So I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing for every row and chain 3 going up, and then you're going to come right in the chain 2 space that I forgot to put in there. All right, let's try that again. And again, I'm just going to let it go this time, and that's close enough for me. If you want to get it closer to you for you, that's fine. You know, it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to come in this chain 2 space. So it's kind of like going behind it a little bit. And I'm going to continue all the way around with my granny squares. Now, this is quite a bit of white because it has to go around this. It's going to finish it off. So I'm going to end it, and when I do the cut, I'll show you where I'm going to cut the end of the white so that it matches, and I have the purple to begin with because the white's the last row. When you get to this row, if you wanted to, you can stop like I did with the other 2 pieces and get white yarn, and you can go ahead and start putting them together to make your blanket. If you think you need more, you can be brave and go buy another skein of this yarn. I think at this point I would either buy another skein of white, try to match this white, which is more like an ecru it looks like, and instead of a pure white. Or just add a whole nother color completely to it and end it there, and then use that particular color, whatever the row is, to whatever color I pick, to make the next row going around. And in doing that, it would depend upon also how many of these granny squares I end up with. I don't think when I read the directions to this that it tells you what it yields. So depending upon how many granny squares I had, if I had enough for something small, I would use it, but I would still need to get white yarn to sew them together. And I don't really sew them together. I found this really cool method of putting them together where they butt up against one another. So in other words, they look just like this when they're sewn together. You can't see any of the stitches, and it's pretty darn cool, and it goes super, super fast. So I really like that. All right, so I'm about halfway through, so I'm going to pause this and then we'll come back. Okay, so I made it all the way around. Got a little bit of purple in there. I'm not going to really worry about it. It's close enough. I ripped it out like 3 times. I'm not doing 4. And then I'm going to go ahead and put my hook through the top here. And this is how I end it. I pull it through and take 2 chains and then clip it. And I know this is the purple, and we should end it before we get there, but it's close enough that no matter what I do, this will get hidden, and all you'll see once we're finished is probably that much, and I don't think anybody's going to notice it. The other thing I wanted to mention is that your squares should be roughly the same size. Now, I know there's people out there that put them on these wooden peg things or whatever and get them the same size. I don't have to do that. So in my entire lifetime of doing any crochet, I've never had to block anything. They've always retained their shape. And all my stuff comes out the same size. As you can see, it looks like, you know, there's one piece here, but there's really 3 of them. And so I don't have to stretch them to make them straight. They are already straight on all the sides. So that's what I've got done. Like I said, it takes a little bit of time. These are the tails that I'll get rid of when I do the next step. And as you can tell, I've got quite a bit of this yarn to go. I've only made 3 of them, so I'll be posting progress and let you see what's going on. But, you know, here's like when I started this one, you can see the color changing right about here and here. So, you know, I don't tend to worry about it too much. I do the best I can, and if I'm happy, it's okay. Hope you liked it.